Hello, everyone, and welcome. So I'm just making sure that everything is set up. If you are here in the chat, let me know if the audio is working so I'm not embarrassed because that happens every now and again. I have my cup of coffee here and I am excited to say hi to everybody. I don't have a big agenda for today. I am here to check in with everybody out there who is doing their work and also probably to own up to how I have been doing lately and just want to have a chat. So, who is here? If you are here, announce yourselves. Like, tell me. I will go over there and look and see. But in the meantime, for those of you who are here to get some stuff done, like, at least tell me that you're here, and then I will hassle you, even though you will be too busy either to hear me or to respond with something much more clever than I can come up with. Over in the chat, I see Stupid Robot Fighting League, who is here early and first. I see Pete. What is going on? He has the little wrench thing. Pete is here to help fight spam, but since I moved the channel over to its new spot, we haven't seen. We're apparently not high profile enough to warrant a whole lot of trolling lately, but Pete is here to help us fight that in the event that we come across it. I see Margaret. Hello. Margaret, again, is basically destroying most of us with her productivity. I am basically jealous. You're just so consistent, which is so very awesome. And then I see Paul. Again, just Paul, I would love to know more. I mean, as much as you're willing to tell us, like, I don't know anything about your niches or where your sites are at. I think you have one, maybe two. And I would love to know more about, do you have a portfolio? Like, what's going on? Like, let's have a chat. Tell me all about it, or as much as you feel comfortable sharing on a live stream. No pressure. Then I also see Zach and I say, hey, Zach. And I wonder, Zach, did you manage to get through on the Access Now Ezoic whole thing in the last week? Because if not, I want you to let me know so I can try to help you get access to that program. The MIGA group was supposed to have like the ability to get in, but I assume that everybody would be paying attention and would be able to get in this last round. So if you didn't, let me know so I can try to help you make that happen. Fahad, what is going on? Thanks for dropping in. Adrian, you look like in the spreadsheet that you have had more progress this month, which is really cool. What's so funny is I find that people are coming into this mid-month and they're like, what is it? Like, what do I have to do to get in? I'm like, go to the spreadsheet. The link, go there, put yourself in, just set up a goal that you can accomplish by the end of the month, given where the month is at, and then join us the next month around. There's no money. There's no commitment except your commitment. So if you're going to be in, be in. Like, don't just put your name down and then be like, that's the whole point of this. Alexander, what is up? Will, thanks for dropping in. And Will, I'm wondering, you started your YouTube channel. Have there been any more videos? 24K Will, I'm shouting you out. You have a YouTube channel. When is the next video coming? And if I missed it, please tell me because I want to go and watch it. Chris says, hi, all humans. And AI bot Pete. Good morning, Chris. How is it going? Or evening or afternoon or middle of the night, wherever you are. Will says, I'd love to see Paul's Google Search Console. There's a lot of GSCs that I would just like to be able to just wander into and take a look. I'll just say that. I see 15 folks here and only 4 smashes of the like button. Please just go over there and just the people's elbow it right now. This is a new channel and YouTube doesn't care about us. So the notification doesn't really get out to folks, even if I schedule it in advance. There is Steven. What is going on? Steve, how is this month going? I feel like you had a really good month in January and I'm curious, how does February compare? Paul says, that would mean that I would have to learn how to edit videos and rather than do them in more than one take. And you know what? My YouTube channel, my first year, I did everything in one take because I was too fearful of seeing myself on camera to ever edit a single video. So literally my first year on YouTube, I did not edit a single video. I just recorded it, hit the off button, and then immediately took it and then upload. And then I never watched it again. Maybe not the best way to grow a YouTube channel. That's probably why I only had 46 subscribers in the first year, but that was part of my process. That is just what had to happen. Pete says, Amelia is the biggest troll now. Unfortunately, I've been unsuccessful in muting her. Well, that is why, Pete, I have not given you administrative privileges to any of my channels. So sorry. There is Will. He says, next video is about clusters and duplicate content. Ooh, I'm looking forward to that. That is something that I have been paying attention to myself and just reading up articles. Search Engine Journal lately has been putting out some stuff that has been good for me and just where I'm at and the things I need to know. So I'm looking forward to that. Been waiting for my self haircut to grow out. See, this is when you apply Niche Safari Chris's method of just slamming a hat on your head and just wearing a hat constantly. And then nobody really knows what your hairs look like. Sometimes I wonder, honestly, if Chris is wearing a wig, because the way the hair like flips out underneath the bottom. And so he's just got a hat because he doesn't want people to be able to spot him, like actually know who he is. And so maybe Chris actually has really short hair and we just don't know because he wears a wig that is perfectly flipped, like right at the chin level. That's what I find suspicious about his hair. It just looks too perfect right here. Stupid robot fighting leak says, last night I edited a video that is 11 tracks high and that is scary. Look, I can't get past like 3 and that is like almost beyond me. Basically, video editing is pretty much beyond me. Let's just admit it. Like, do you watch my content? Clearly, video editing is still beyond me. Zach says, I managed to get in, was also able to pass the test, now waiting for Zoic to review my site. Well, that is awesome. And I look forward to seeing what happens after the fact. There is Sue. What is going on? I feel like Sue brings something to every single stream and everybody should be happy that Sue is here. And Sue, I wanted to reach out and ask you, how are you doing, my dear? Because it seems like this month has been tougher than last month. And I wonder if there's anything that we can do that is hopeful. You come to every stream and just bring some like peace and calm and positivity, even when things are hard. So if there's anything that we can do to help, please let me know. I know that it's hard with homeschooling and with pandemic and having the kids at home. So, I mean, I'm doing it too, right? Like, look at my eyes. Like, I'm living it. But what can we do to help? Will says the hair is built into Chris's hat. So when the hat comes off, it's like one of those ones that you get at the Halloween store. And so it's just like, there's no hair up here. It's just like right here. Chris should sell those hats. I would buy one. He says, I'm secretly a criminal on the run from Australia. What was the name of that book about that criminal on the run from Australia who went to India? And I feel like, Shantaram. If you have like a month where you want to sit and read something that's incredibly interesting and might be true or might mostly be true or might not be true at all, that is something you can sit down and read. I read it when I was in Thailand because I found it at a hostel and that was a really interesting book. Chris says, I'm an escaped convict. Everything you say can and will be used against you, Chris. That's all I'm going to say about that. Fahed says, random question, just started my YouTube channel a few weeks ago. Anybody got any advice for your first few months? Here's what I would do, Fahed. I would put a lock basically on your analytics and not look at the number of subscribers or the number of views that you have and just try to create your first 30 videos. I'm not kidding, 30 of them. Because you learn so much in making the first 30 videos. Like certainly you learn things in like the first 1, 2, 3, or 4. But then in like videos 10 to 20, the learning is much different from, 1 to 10 and then from 20 to 30. Then like the art and the method of making a video is so much easier and less stressful that you can then really start thinking about, all right, what other elements should I really be adding into your, let me really think deeply about like the script and the lighting and all these other things. But in the beginning, when you first start a YouTube channel, especially when you don't have any video skills, which was me, it's really important to just make videos and not worry about how those videos perform. Because if you make 2 videos and they flop, which most of the time, if you don't have a following already, they will, unless you have a van and a snake, then you won't want to keep making videos. It won't make sense to keep making videos when you're getting no results, but the results are the learning process that happens in the first 30 videos. And hopefully you'll be better at it than I was. It took me 100 videos to be able to sit here and have coffee with y'all and be comfortable. But most folks, I would say it's about 30 videos. Let's see. I'm just scrolling back. Steven says, thanks, Amelia. So far, 25 posts published in February. That is awesome. 34,000 words. That is worth blowing out Derek's eardrums. 34,000 words. That is awesome. 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 34,000 Adrian says, LOL. Sue says, hey, Amelia. Yeah, it's touch and go, but having you guys is awesome. Now having you, my dear, is awesome. Will says, it would be cool to see some Google Search Consoles to compare to mine. Just crossed 1,000 impressions after 2 months. You know what? I'm posting like monthly snapshots of mine for my MIGA process, so I'll throw mine in there so you can see it. Sue says she did take the last day of homeschooling with my nephew, so it should be easier from next week on. Yeah, when the kids go back to school, it will be a lot easier for me as well. She just needs to sit in an oxygen tent for a few days and I'll be fine. You know, I think like sitting in a tent basically anywhere would make me feel better. Chris, asking Chris about his hat. Is our hats a Canadian thing? I don't know. I feel like that might be like maybe like an insult there. I'm not sure. I'm not Canadian though, and neither is Chris. So he just happens to be in Canada. Paul says, in response to your earlier question, I have 2 sites that I set up a year ago. All right, so 2, I assume brand new domains, so 12-month-old domains, and I use them to learn and make loads of mistakes. I am guilty of, not guilty. I did this also, except I did it with like 5 domains. In fact, every domain that I continue to buy and start is one where I'm learning on and making mistakes on. So that doesn't change. You just hopefully start earning money, even though you're making mistakes on them. And the MIGA site is where I want to knuckle down. You know, I'd like to think that I know what I'm doing by now, but the truth is I'm still learning. This is my 3rd year. I'm definitely still learning. So if you look at it like that and things don't go the way that you expect, then you think, okay, this is another step in the process and the progress, and I'm not going to give up, because giving up is not an option. YouTube tip, says Stupid Robot Fighting League. It says, work with local brands. It's good practice. I think that is a good tip. Frankly, whatever gets you making videos, like literally, like whatever gets you in front of the camera in the beginning and helps you hit the publish button. Like, I don't care. Like if it's making the screen share videos where you don't show your face and that's like the gateway, then make them. If it's making like TikToks where you're like, I don't dance, right? Like I'm like too old for this, but if it's making TikToks and anything to get yourself uncomfortable, I just made a new word, by the way, uncomfortable. Make yourself comfortable in front of the camera. I recommend it. I don't think there's one way to do it. I just think whatever gets you here doing this is what you need to do in the beginning. Let's see. The chat just like scrolled way down, and so I'm like, where was I? Praise for Will. Awesome. Steven says, I live in Calgary. We had minus 30 Celsius for over a week. That sounds cold. Let's just say that just sounds really cold. It warmed up to minus 15, swimsuit weather, and my wife and I went for ice cream. The place had a lineup. We waited outside for 30 minutes. You know, that seems like a strange thing to do, to go get ice cream on a cold day. But I guess at this point, like, what else is there really to do, right? Every other business is probably not open because it's too cold. So ice cream, like, they're like, oh, well, we're saving money on freezers. We don't have to, we don't have to run all the electricity in our shop to be able to keep our ice cream cold. Fahad says, that's great. Editing is definitely taking a while, literally 7 hours to edit a 10-minute video. I'm there. And, you know, it would have happened to me in the beginning if I had actually done any video editing, but instead I just hit publish on everything, no matter what. So now I'm in the stage a couple years later where I'm trying to get better and faster at editing, and it takes me forever, which is why I don't produce very much content, because a 15-minute video literally takes me the whole day to do. Stig says, where is all the Star Wars eye candy? Oh, well, shoot. My kids took it away from me because they're worried that I'm going to break it. Because, you know, I'm like walking around and I'm multitasking and doing multiple things. And so what happens is I like hook one side of something or grab their arm. And so I am basically the bull in the china shop around here. So they have kept it away from me. For the next round, though, I will make sure to bring out something super exciting. And I guess for folks who want to hang on for me to get up and walk out of the room and come back down, I'll show you. I just don't tell my kids because they'll be so mad if I went and messed with their stuff. Pat says hats are a cold thing. Let's see. What do you think, Paul? Says Will. I have no benchmark for it. 1,000 impressions and 18 clicks in on a new site. Look, I think any progress that you see in a site that is 1, 2, 3, or 4 months old, especially in this world of indexing problems that we've had in the last 12 months, I think you should feel excited. I think you should feel good. I think it's really too early to say like, yay, like win. I think the fact that you're at the computer and publishing content and here on this live stream right now, that's a win. That's a win. YouTube tip: as heartbreaking as editing is, just do it, then do a bit more. I think yes, but only kind of, because if editing prevents you from publishing like outright, then at some point it's got to be good enough. It just has to be good enough, because I think at that point there's a certain amount of effort where learning is happening early on. And then if I were to take that one video and spend a month editing it, then I would miss out on the learning of 30 more videos in that month. So I think there's a balance. I think that hitting the publish button in the beginning is more important than making one perfect video. But I mean, fight me in the comments. Not everybody agrees with that. People talk about quantity versus quality and how important it is to do quality versus quantity. In the beginning, I'm going to argue for quantity, and then over time to focus more on quality. But that's been my experience, because I didn't have any skills whatsoever, like at all. Chris says, lots of Canadians wear hats like mine, and we call them toques. So the hat with the hair out of the bottom is called a toque. Like, it's a Canadian thing to wear a hat with a fake wig sewn into it. That's interesting. I did not know that. It's more of a ski bum thing. Aha. So on the slopes, it's like hip to wear fake hair. Thank you. Toque. Chris doesn't wear hats. It's called a toque. You spelt it right. I keep getting autocorrect. Official announcement, says Pete. Amelia is walking back her guilty plea. More news in an hour. Look, if I pled guilty to anything, I would definitely try to take it back, because I don't have a representation at this time. It was an uninformed plea made without my knowledge. And then hashtag robot dancing, says Pete. Well, bring in the entertainment along with the troll slapping. Thank you, Pete, so much. Sue says, gotta have ice cream when the weather is freezing. Cheers. That, I would rather have something warm when it's cold like that. I don't know. Is it going outside and freezing and then putting like something in your hands that's cold also? Does it make you feel less cold? Versus like holding onto something warm makes you realize how cold it actually is. And then you're like, I wish it were warmer. Like this cup of hot cider that is rapidly cooling off, like faster than I can drink it. I don't know. Paul says, well, Will, put it this way. I have 5 clicks and 115 impressions. 110 of them are probably me. Well, then let's throw down on news sites and see where they are, because I had planned to bring some statistics for my, almost 7-week-old site. I have the site on Ezoic. I did, as you guys saw, go ahead and upload it to Ezoic. And some people think I'm crazy, and that's okay. Fight me in the comments. I'm feeling saucy today. I feel a lot better than I did last week. And by the way, for folks who were with me last week and said all the nice things about my poor departed grandfather, I do appreciate you guys. I had a rough day last week. A rough day last week. Basically, the whole week was a rough day. But thank you. But last week, Saturday, Sunday, I posted a video just detailing my experience. And again, I just wanted to highlight one of the things I learned, that for folks that add a site and don't get approved, that they've slapped on a 6-month waiting period before you can reapply. That is something I just wanted to mention over and over and over again for folks that are testing out the tools and just adding their site to see what happens. I think it is overcomable in the event that it was either a mistake or your site does eventually meet the traffic or content requirements. But just putting that out there, that if you add your site and you don't get approved for monetization, I don't think it means that you can't use the other tools like SiteSpeed and all the rest, that you just can't be approved for monetization, and you might have to ask for help from support. And I don't know if that will work or not. I don't know. Just keep that in mind. It's a 6-month waiting period, and we'll tell you how long. But so far, the new site is getting between 12 and 24 visits a day. And on GA4, I'm pretty sure I've got quite a bit of bot traffic coming through there right now, because it says I have a couple 100 visitors a day that are going directly to the homepage, just directly to the domain.com, which make no sense whatsoever. So I think I've got some bot traffic. And I'm going to trust the stats coming from Ezoics, but still, like a brand new site that's getting between 12 and 24 visits a day, I feel good about that. It's like 6 weeks old. And I wanted to update you. The earnings, there's no ad earnings yet with Ezoic, but on Amazon, I have earned a grand total of $5.29. Brand new site, $5.29, which means that I'm $3 from profitability. That's right, because I didn't pay any extra for hosting. I mean, sure, if I divided up like the value of the hosting that I'm paying for all the various things, but I didn't for this site, for this project, I didn't buy new hosting and I didn't buy anything else other than the domain. So I'm $3 from turning a profit on this project. I'm just so tickled. I just think it's so fun. Oh, man. Will says, it depends on the competition and search volume, Paul. You'll have some great hockey stick growth. Even if I don't have the hockey stick, I'll just take the slope that goes like this. Brr. Stig says, just do quality, quantity. Quality, quantity. Now, if I could only say that fast, then I would be good to go, but I can't. Zach says, have you ever used Ezoic WordPress hosting? They seem to be providing it for free for all Ezoic members, no matter how big the traffic for all of us. I have not yet, but if anybody else in the chat has, I would love to know more about it. Pete says, great, Sue. One article relating to chilly weather caused Google to email me about a click spike yesterday. They think you're manipulating the traffic, is my guess. Steve Mack, what is going on? Thanks for dropping in. I feel like I haven't seen you at one of these in a while. It's awesome to have you. Everybody's talking about the toques now that we think that we know how to, tuchus, sorry. There's too many words that look like toque and tuchus, and I think I know what a tuchus is. I don't even know what is going on in the chat. Rubber baby. All right. I have not had enough coffee for that. Oh, well, you know what I have not seen in the chat yet so far, I've been rambling on for 20 minutes, is accountability posts. So folks, you came here, you are here. Now I would love to know, what is it that you got done this last week and what is it that we want to get done in the next week? I've got the MIGA group over there and I'm seeing some progress from some folks that have struggled in the past couple of weeks. I've seen Patrick making some moves, which is awesome. And there's some new folks in the group. I see Sheba who jumped in, and Tortoise Cashflow, who is usually here on lunch, is not. Anthony, where are you at? How are things going? If you catch this on the replay, let me know. And then how are things? Marika, who jumped into the group in the middle of this round, is doing a really awesome job. I really, really, really find that motivating. Also seeing Alberto, who is new. And again, welcome to the group. And that's awesome to see your progress. It just really is inspirational. Now, Jay Paul has been in what he calls the 7th circle of hell, or maybe it's the 5th. I'm not sure as far as editing on his sites, but I think that we need to get together and basically like cheer for him to quit his job here in the near future. And one thing I don't know, when Jay Paul, if you catch this later, is what is the threshold? When is it going to be the time? Is it what do you have to have? Have you thought about that? Like what is the goal? You say, okay, this is going to be the time. And if you don't know, I'd ask you, think about that. What is it? Paul says, new site is going gangbusters. Yes, I assume we're talking about mine. I'm headed off now as my oven is beeping and I need to eat the contents of said oven. Take care, everybody. I hope that is food in there. That's all I have to say about that, Paul. And by the way, Paul, thank you so much for coming into the stream and also for working so hard. Your motivation this month has been an inspiration to me and other folks because I just want to keep up. There is WP Eagle. We're going to do our fake sound effects. What's going on, Alex? I have been checking the mailbox every day for my WP Eagle swag. It reminds me I haven't done that yet today, so I'm going to go out and look for it. Steven says, wow, 12 to 24 per day after just 7 weeks. That's awesome. Look, like I'm excited for myself, right? Because you think, okay, is every time you start a new site, you're like, is it gonna work? Like, is it gonna work? Especially when you're starting with a brand new domain and it's untested and you spend all this time trying to think up the idea, and then you go out there and it's like a leap of faith, right? Like staring off the edge of a cliff and like, all right, I'm gonna jump, and then hope that there's something under there that catches me, and how long do I have to fall before I get there? I'm just super excited. Margaret says, Amelia, do you have to do the new Ezoic test to add your latest websites, or do people with existing sites with them, are they exempt? So if you have a new site that is under 10,000 and you do not go in through the Access Now program, you don't have to do the test. But for the most part, the way people are getting in with sites under 10,000 is going through Access Now and doing the test. In the future, there is plans, I do believe, for them to just totally get rid of the traffic requirement, but they are not there yet. I think they want to have all of the onboarding processes as automated as possible. And I know there are other folks in this group who have gone through the various iterations of the Just Start program. But for now, you have to go through Access Now unless somebody behind the scenes like just adds you and you get in that way. Let's see. Alex saying, hey, people acknowledging the celebrity in the house. What is going on, Alex? Steve says, my oven is just going on and what to cook today. Well, my suggestion is food. I'm not much of a chef, but I think based upon my expertise and being old as dirt, that food is important. This video, we have Alex's beard. See, I feel like there's like an inside joke going on here about the beard that I just don't get. Like, I don't understand what's happening. Alexander says, not in the MIGA group, but just went through his oak process for my second site, which is now 6 months old. I say, congratulations. Now, how much traffic did you have, Alexander? And did you go through with the test, or did they let you in without letting you do it? Alex says, shipped on the 8th by USPS. All right, well, I'm going to assume then it's sitting out there in the box. And if it is there, then I may have to do a special live stream just to show it off because I'm so excited about it. WP Eagle, I owe you a shirt. Look, I've got my Empire Flipper shirt on, not because I'm wearing it for any particular reason, but because it just happened to be next up in the shirt like repertoire. But if anybody else wants to send me shirts to wear in live streams, as long as it doesn't have swear words on it, I'll totally wear it. I'll rep your brand. I think it's fun. Steve says, that's where I am now with site number 2 and extensive research trying to find and convert UK to US phrases in my niche and trade. Yeah, getting started is really, I think it has become the fun part for me. It used to be the stressful part, but now I'm like the slog of taking a site, from year 1 to like year 4, like that is the hard part now. And the first 12 months, that part, I feel like I understand how to do that now. And I think it's fun and exciting, but then like just sitting down and writing content for 3 years on the same topic. And I'm like, so I put a call out for accountability. And so far I've seen posts about beards and shirts and Kung Pao sauce. I guess if that's an indication of what is going on in y'all's minds in the chat, so be it. We've got 12 thumbs up, and this is the people's elbow time for the like button. Go and, as Graham Stephan would say, smash it for me. Let's see if we can get out of this live stream with 20 likes. There's 14. All right. I'm certain that there are folks out there who are rapidly smashing the thumbs down button, but luckily it doesn't have it up there in the corner up there. So I don't have to like look at it carefully and feel like the negative hormones in my brain, like headbutt the like button. Yes. If it were possible, I would argue. I haven't found my catchphrase, right? Like smash the like button. Like, I don't know what to do. I just say, just click it. Hit it. Make Amelia great again. Improving Amelia one stream article at a time. Look, It's gonna take a lot more than one article to improve me or this stream. Let's just say I've been working on it for a long time, and I don't know what is going to get us there. Alexander says, I probably could have just added site on a Zoic dashboard. I did that, and then they caught it and were like, you're not monetized. You are not approved. Because I didn't have enough traffic or content or something. So it says, I think I may have made a mistake and went through the test stuff. I'm part of Income School. I was over 1,000 visitors on new site. Yeah, if you don't have 10,000, they're going to flag you. They're going to flag you. And so at this point, the access now is the way to get through. Unless, and this, I think it's inconsistent, but I've heard stories of other people getting their sites through without having to go through access now, either. And I don't know how or what or why, or maybe this happened in the past and they're consolidating their efforts now and trying to funnel people through access now. So it's hard to say. I think you probably got the most direct path to get to using Ezoic with a site under 10,000 visitors. Stig says, ha, 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 that was good. I'm missing why that was good. I don't know why. We got to start somewhere. Yes, that is it. There's Commit. There is Sean. What is up? Now that Sean has gone on Adrian's stream, now I'm going to be bugging him to come on the stream here to talk to me. Basically now and forever, because I feel like now he's a celebrity. And I'm like, hey, what about me? Oh, what's that, Alex? WP Eagle, are you doing a t-shirt giveaway right now? That's what I do. I should invite celebrities onto the stream and then force them to give away their gear. It's like, so Alex is on the stream here today, and Alex, you're planning on giving one of the people attending a free mug, isn't that right? And then wait for them to be like, yeah, sure, totally. You know what I do want to do, though, is I really want to get a mug, and I want to put Fix's face on the bottom of it. I'm actually going to put that on my to-do list, is Fix mug. Hey, and by the way, if you haven't checked it out, it looks like Fix actually made something, and he got ahead of me on doing it because I've been talking about it for a while, but he went and created a low feats for bloggers video that's like a work along with me video. And it's got him like a graphical representation of him like sitting in his computer typing with like a decent, like mellow hanging out beat. And so I just wanted to throw out a quick plug for that and ask if anybody had heard it. And then just to support him because he hasn't really published that much lately. And I would love to see him back around here. I'm planning on actually turning that thing on and working to it today because I want to create some content today and I'm going to work along with Fix. So just throwing that out there. Will says, had a great start to the week, which is awesome. 2 articles up. So now I feel behind. And now, you know, some people are motivated by like positive encouragement. And I'm motivated mostly by like guilt and like feeling behind. Oh, did you guys see the SNL skit? It's the Peloton, like the Peloton sketch. So like there's Peloton where, you know, you're riding your bike. Apparently you spent $2,000 on to have in your house. It's a bike basically with like a video screen. And they have the Peloton, which is basically like using passive aggressive statements and things to get people to work hard. And I'm totally one of those. Like I would be much more motivated by taunts than like positive reinforcement. I wondered if anybody else saw that. Steven says, I have the new Google Analytics on my site, but I don't think I've set it up properly. Does anyone have a good resource to this? Yeah, what I discovered, Phil, who hangs out on Alex's stream, basically showed me the way to turn it back to the old Google Analytics. And so that's probably what I will do instead of going with the new stuff, is just revert it back to the old analytics and not worry about it. Will says, we'd all love a WP Eagle mug right now. Well, he's basically a celebrity. Pete says, she's still using the Intel Pentium 8008 era chipset. You know, that's the funny thing about that. I don't know what any of that means. But I will tell you that you are correct. This computer, I'm fairly certain I got originally in 2008. And I'm not sure that it's been upgraded since then. So yeah, maybe investing in gear is maybe on the horizon. I'm actually planning on investing in a camera. By the way, I'll just say this. I've started looking closer at the videos that I've been producing, and the video quality is just not that great. And I'm feeling like it's probably time. I just don't want to because I'm not into gear. The lo-fi video is amazing. So, yep, there's the first plug for Fix's lo-fi video. Please go and check it out. We're thinking of starting a GoFund her. I don't know whether to be excited about that or depressed. That is so bad that people would put together a GoFundMe because I refuse to do it myself. Stig says she blames her kids for any downfalls. Actually, I think it is the other way around. The kids blame me for any of their downfalls. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. I'm motivated by fire. I would say that's true for most people. Like if there was fire in here, I'm sure I would do something about it, but I don't know if I would create content. Just saying. We can accommodate you in the taunt area. You know, there is a lot to work with here. I'm just saying it probably would not be difficult. Like for some folks, it would be hard to taunt them or to find things to passive aggressively like give them hell about. But I think for me, like I think there's a lot of low hanging fruit there. I do not think you would need to be an expert in that. Animatronics, not real. I'm lost. I don't know where it's going on here. I knew it. Phil is a glass half full kind of guy. You know, I try really hard to be that way also. Amelia 17.0 will be an improvement for Make Amelia Great Again plan. Couldn't get any worse. Well, I guess it could. Oh man. Well, folks, I have really enjoyed chatting with the chat today. I said that we would not close this out until we got to 20 thumbs up. So I need 4 more smashes of the like button before I can go to my work. So please do me the favor of hitting that a few more times. Let's see. Morton was also advocating the use of old Google Analytics on the ground, that it takes years for Google to get new stuff embedded in. You know, I don't spend a whole lot of time in Google Analytics. Mostly I go and check the pages, like pages by pages, to see what is performing and what is doing well or not. I mean, I also do that in Ezoic, but one of the things that I've tried really hard to do, and I recommend for everybody to do, is just to get out of analytics as much as you can. Like check it when you need to, but then just not spending a lot of time in it, especially when you have sites that are newer, because it's just not a good use of your time. Like you're way better off spending that time doing keyword research or writing content. Like think about all the time that I'm not accusing anyone else of doing this, but think of all the time that I spend, like, you know, planning and like thinking about global domination when I really could just write an article. Anytime you catch yourself doing that, just think, wow, I really could have spent that 45 minutes writing an article that could earn me money for the length of time that I own the site. So do that. Stupid Robot Fighting League says the video I do start with taunts as a key element. It's a nod to the Street Fighter series. Guys, we need 1 more thumbs up, and then I am going to get to work. Next week, we will be Next week, I plan to be back at the same time. I look forward to taunting to the taunts. I expect everyone to show up and be ready to open up the live stream with a motivational taunt. Kid-friendly now, so I don't want to send the stream off. So I've been watching the thumbs up and down, so I feel like every time it hits 20 and then somebody unlikes. So unless you're Elon Musk. All right, well, my goal is to get 3 or 4 articles posted today because I don't have the kids today and I want to get that done. Now people are hitting the unlike button, or I feel like we've got people at home and they're like, click, 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 click. Oh, I had fun today, everybody. And I'll tell you, it was something that I really needed, was just to have a chat with folks to understand where things are at and what is going on. Thank you so much to Sue and Pete and Chris and Adrian and Stephen and Alex and all the people who have been in the chat. Gabriel, thank you so much for dropping in, everyone. And I look forward to catching up with you guys and gals and robots next week on Wednesday. All right. Take care, everybody. See you later. We are not done here. Just try and stop me.